In this video, I'm going to show you exactly how to grow your business by changing the way you think. Hi, my name is Rohan Dhawan and I'm the founder and CEO of Uability. We are an education consultancy firm that helps entrepreneurs all over India to get high-ticket clients all across the globe. Why? Because we personally believe that talent should not have borders. Now, the reason why I make these videos is because there are a lot of people in the country who want a lot of, who want to grow their businesses, but they can't necessarily afford our services right now. So that's why I make this content for you for free, so that hopefully it benefits you, it grows your business, and one day maybe you decide to become a client. So that being said, in this video, I want to talk about something that actually happened with me. Just by changing the way I thought about circumstances allowed me to really grow my business exponentially. So here's what happened. Now, it was around about February 2019, right? And these are the early days of entrepreneurship for me, when I had just launched Uability. So what happened is I was doing sales calls, I was doing the ads, and just like every other entrepreneur who starts for the first time, I was doing everything in the business. Now, at that point of time, I had a lot of stress and I had a lot of anxiety. And when I was doing sales calls in that particular month, February, that anxiety and stress used to directly reflect on my sales calls. And people could easily tell, right, when somebody is desperate and when somebody is not desperate for a sale. And during that particular month, I don't know what specifically happened. Probably the rent was due or something happened, but I was acting very greedy, and all I was doing is I was just acting from the perspective of just cracking the sale. Okay, all I wanted was I just wanted that person's money, and I started operating with the mindset of scarcity. Now, during this time, what happened is I started thinking more about myself rather than the prospects, and how I can actually go about solving their problems and provide them the best solution possible. And the moment I started thinking more about myself rather than what's best for the prospect, I started losing sales. And trust me, that was probably like the worst month of Uability, or the second worst month, right? And during that time, like nothing bad happened. Actually, my just return on investment just went down on my ads, and I think I broke even during that time, or that specific month. So what happened at the end of that month, I started thinking that, oh no, this is the end, right? I barely had like 15-20 clients then, right? It was literally my second month of getting started, and I thought, oh no, I won't be able to get more clients and I have reached my limit. I was naive, of course, and during that time I started thinking that, I started thinking from the short term horizon. I started thinking that, oh, clients are saying no to me, sales are not happening, my return on investment is not so great, because last month, trust me, I had done like 10x return on investment, and the next month I was like, wait, what the hell is happening, and where did that money go? Or maybe that was just fluke, right? Some people call it tukka, right? So that started happening. And that month, even though I did not make as much money as I had made last month or in the future months, something magical happened. And now you really need to look back at time and reflect upon the same to understand what exactly happened, right? So during that month, even though I was suffering business wise and financial wise in the short term for that particular month, I ended up signing somebody who, his name is Pratham. I'm sure that you must have known. I'm sure you know him if you've been following Uability for a while. So basically, that month I signed Pratham as a client. That's the month that he joined Uability. And that time I just thought, wait, he's just a client, right? But I still did not make as much money as I wanted to. So I was still thinking from the short-term horizon. Now, later on, what happened is Pratham was my client, and after a couple of months, he decided that, he just doesn't want to be a client of mine. He actually wants to help Uability grow. And then he ended up becoming one of our sales reps. And he started literally with absolutely no experience in sales. And I thought, what would this guy do? Or, could he really be able to do anything with it? And he literally started with 3 rupees in his bank account, and we could surely make a video on it later on. But the point, what I'm trying to say is, that guy started, and I signed him in February, the month where I wasn't doing a lot, or I didn't actually make a lot of financial progress in that short-term horizon. But then later on, that same person, right, like last year, he almost made me 3 crores in sales. Okay, so that, now that I think about it, and compare it, that month of February wasn't actually bad for me, because if I would have just stopped doing what I was doing, right, I wouldn't have met Pratham, and I wouldn't have developed this relationship with him, where he ended up joining Uability as a salesperson, and now he's our head of sales and literally produces crores and crores every single year in sales. So the point I'm trying to make is, stop thinking from short-term perspective, and don't just think that, okay, oh no, things didn't work out exactly how I wanted to, because whatever you got during that time, if you think about it from a long-term perspective, you might realize that some of those things will end up working really, really well for you in the long term. But you just have to have faith in it. So, and the most important thing is, you have to keep going. You can't give up, because if I would have give up, I wouldn't have met Pratham, and I wouldn't have been able to scale Uability to the next level. If I would have just thought that, oh, February 2019, that's the worst month, I don't think there are more clients left, I don't think I'll be able to make more money, or I don't think I should continue with this business anymore, or I think I should change my niche, or I think I should change my offer, or whatever, right? Or maybe I should just change my funnel, right? Because that's totally going to help. That's how most people operate. They operate based on short-term situations and the things that life or their business presents to them in the short term. But when you think about it in the long-term perspective, it's a totally different game. And that's what billionaires do, right? People who actually have a lot of money, they don't think in short-term horizons, they think in long-term horizons. And I get it. It's pretty difficult to do it when you are just starting out and you are just an entrepreneur who probably has bills to pay. However, I wish there was somebody who could tell me that, hey, just relax, it's going to work out, just keep going, keep putting in the reps, and these small things that are happening, right? These small changes that are happening, one day they will be so big that, you would just feel blessed. And one more thing I wanted to point out, in addition to just, signing Pratham that month, I also ended up signing some of my initial early adopters like Diptopal. If you're watching this video, shout out, man. These are some of the people who became my big case studies later on. These are some of my clients who ended up making decent money. They were my early adopters who gave me a lot of insights to really improve my product as well and take things to the next level. So I feel really grateful to all these things, and I feel grateful for that particular month, even though it didn't turn out as I expected, but it still allowed me to really get a lot in the long-term horizon. So the point I'm trying to get to you is, don't give up. Try to think it from a bigger picture. Try to understand that, hey, you can't see the results immediately, but in the future you will definitely see the results. And there's this case study that I just want to point out. I think it's called as the Marshmallow Experiment. I learned this from Sam Owens. He told in one of his YouTube videos, and in that video he talks about something called as the Marshmallow Experiment. It's a publicly done experiment that you can go to Google and learn about. In that experiment, there were basically groups of students or children, and they were given marshmallow to eat. Okay, and the children, they were basically given two options, right? Option one is you can either eat the marshmallow right now. Option two is that you don't eat the marshmallow right now, you save it, and maybe in an hour or maybe next day you will get 2 marshmallows. And these scientists actually studied these groups of children for throughout their life, right? And what they learned is that the children who decided to delay gratification and think about the long-term benefits of getting 2 marshmallows were more successful than people who actually wanted that instant dopamine hit and that instant gratification from that marshmallow by eating that sugar or whatever you get when you eat it, right? So this is a very, very important concept, and I hope this brings the point really, really home, or this drives the point home, and you also start making these changes and start thinking it, in terms of long-term horizons, and also delaying instant gratification, and also last but not the least, being persistent and actually continuously keep going, show up every day, just put in the reps, don't give up, and I promise you that one day it will work out for you as well, and you will also see the long-term effects of these activities that you're doing today. So I hope this video benefits you, and if it does, just feel free to like, comment, and subscribe, because I think more people will be able to watch this video. And yeah, if you don't like this video as well, that's completely fine. I still appreciate you. Just leave a comment below and let me know what I can do to improve, because I'm trying hard, right? So would really appreciate your help. So thanks again, Rohan Dhawan here, and bye.